Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ramachandra, Jai Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha. In today's video, I would like to introduce to you all a new Subhashita from the vast and great ocean of Sanskrit literature authored by our very wise sages of ancient India. And in ancient Bharat, these words of wisdom were passed on from generation to generation, thus preserving the purity of wisdom and creating a more righteous environment for the maintenance of law and order and for the upliftment of human consciousness. So today's Subhashita is about food security, a very important subject that's very much relevant for the present situation. And many of the different problems we are facing today, one of them being famine and the other being lack of quality food. And I mean that every single bit of food that we are consuming today is actually not good for our health. Most of it, 99% of whatever we consume today, in some cases, no matter how hard we try to get pure food, we're not getting it. Is it just a situation to blame, or is it something else? Let's explore it through the help of this particular Subhashita. Dhanyanam sangraham nunam uttamam sarva sangrahat nikshiptam himukhe ratnam na kuryat pranadharanam. The collection and the security of food is of utmost importance. The importance of food security surpasses the importance of every other collectible item, including precious diamonds. Because a diamond cannot save a hungry man's life when he is in utter need of food. When some particular human being is in utter need of food, it is not a diamond that will save him, but it is pure food that will bring him back to life. And this actually gives us a glimpse into how far the sages were looking. And if we look at the present moment, there are over 50 million people, in fact more than this, but 50 million people are staring at famine. Famine is knocking at their doors. And for the rest of the world, there is a dire danger of the absence of pure food. So we are facing all these crisis situation moments when the youth of the world is not concentrating on the importance of food security, but is concentrating on several other matters that can be taken, that can be taken care of at later times, that can be given secondary importance. We are seeing that the youth are not at all aware of many crucial and very important things about from where their food comes. All they know is that food is available at some supermarkets, but behind that there's a long supply chain. There are different conspiracies to destroy and to manipulate humanity and to change food and genetics from the very base. But I don't think that many people are, focusing on this particular matter at the moment. So it is a very crucial thing for all of us to understand. And instead of so many other things that are plaguing the world at the moment, we should also concentrate on food security, as that's the next big rock that humanity has to surpass before moving forward. And I think if there's anything over the next few years that could completely transform humanity and that could destroy the very foundation of the human being as well as other animals, it will be manipulation of the genetics of both plants and animal species. And one of them, of course, is genetically modified organisms, which are being propagated since many decades now. And it's come to a point when we are having something called the biodigital convergence. And this is actually one of the very initial steps in transforming the human being as well as other forms of life into controlled and dominated assets of a bureaucratic world society that is controlling the world at the moment. So we need to prevent this from happening, and one way of doing it is to be educated about it and to take steps in order to understand the situation and to secure one's own personal food security and to spread the message. You can do this by reading the books of Dr. Vandana Shiva, who is a very well-known and prominent advocate of environmental rights and also of food security. So you can read her books. They're available online as well, so you can search for her and her books. So they're very interesting, and they provide us a very deep insight into how exactly the global ecosystem in terms of food security is playing out, and what exactly we can expect over the next few decades. Because the next 20 years, even according to astrology, are going to be very difficult. They're going to be extremely transformational, and the changes are going to happen before we even think of them. So we have to adapt to this pace of information. We have to adapt to this pace of transformation by keeping ourselves educated every moment. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ramachandra, Jai Shri Lakshmi Narasimha.